Aloha, I just fed the street cats and gave them fresh water. Everyone was fed and accounted for. I'm a skeptic. I don't believe in ghosts, goblins, or here in Hawaii, minihuni. I spent 3 years sleeping outside here in Hawaii under the clearest night sky in the world. And even though I'm a skeptic, during those 3 years, I saw some really unbelievable, unexplainable things. And I'm not talking about those TikToks. I've seen those forever. It's my whole life. I'd never even consider those UFOs, but I guess apparently they count now. But one of the scariest things I saw right up close with my own eyes. It wasn't even that late. Me and my cat Moses were camping on the edge of Kipapa Gulch, the legendary haunted Kipapa Gulch. We were near some telephone lines, which I originally figured had something to do with all of it. But I was just sitting there and I noticed Moses, my cat, chasing something. It looked like a little ball, but except it was like hovering and floating around. I got closer and Moses was chasing this bluish, orangish orb ball of light, energy, electricity, whatever you call it. Static lightning, ball lightning, just dancing around in all different directions. My cat Moses was going batshit crazy like she knew exactly what it was. She starts chasing this ball orb around the cliff mountain area that we're at. Moses starts climbing trees, jumping from rock to rock, chasing this ball. And I noticed the orb quickly changed its speed and direction like it was trying to get away from Moses. What I had originally thought was some inoculate drop of electricity that had fallen from a power line was actually had a mind of its own. It was running from my cat. And that's when I got a little scared. I grabbed Moses and we headed down the trail back towards the public park. There were people playing soccer, and they thought I was crazy holding a cat like that, running scared. Me and Moses, my cat, hung around the area there. My camp was behind, and this magical orb was behind this huge water tank. So instead of going right back to camp, me and Moses hung out in front of the water tank for a couple hours, giving the orb or whatever it was time to burn itself out. Then Moses got restless. She started to meow and walk towards the camp. So me and her slowly started to walk back, hoping the electric ball was gone. We slowly creeped around the corner, and even Moses, the cat, was hesitant. It was dark, as usual, but right when we got in sight of my sleeping bag and the cat carrier, we saw the ball, the orb, again dancing around my campsite. Then something happened that I'll never forget. My cat Moses let out a large hiss right in the orb's direction, and the orb stopped what it was doing, looked directly at us, and charged for us. My cat and me froze in fear, but before we could do anything, the orb had went right through us and paralyzed us. There was a flash of light, and the orb was gone, and me and Moses were sitting on the ground in pure shock. When we finally came through, I looked and nobody was playing soccer, and everybody had left the park. It like 2 hours had gone by like nothing. Me and Moses changed campsites the next night, and we never saw that floating orb again. There were 2 more instances. One instance was staring at the night sky at the stars, and I saw a blue light and a red light come flying across each side of the sky until they combined right over Pearl Harbor and shot up magically in the air, the most spectacular fireworks show anyone had ever seen. I assured that the newspapers and the local news and the national news and the world news had to say something about this. These things just don't happen. But the next day in the newspaper, there was a little article, a little blurb about a weather balloon that had got caught in some power lines, or I think it was some smog gas or something like that. But definitely not a UFO. Definitely not a UFO. I'm Mr.G. Thanks for listening.